time brings everything that belongs to you, my friend. This is a very special message for anyone who may be finding yourself having no friends, maybe being kind of left behind or feeling alone or maybe even feeling lost. This message will help you to make a bigger sense out of it. To notice that, life works in chapters. And some chapters are here to tell a story of blooming, to tell a story of thriving, to tell a story of excitement and wonder. And some chapters are here to tell a story of destruction. You see, destruction is often necessary for construction, right? While something in our lives is in the phase of destruction, our character is in the phase of construction. So, for any construction, we need to have a great amount of time, right? And a lot of solitude for recognizing what truly matters. And for recognizing who we are. Like, if we're constructing something very authentic, we need to notice who are we. We need to notice truly what is our authentic voice. And what I found very inspiring in the past is a saying by German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche from his work titled Thus Spoke Zarathustra. He said, "When I am among the many, I live as the many do, and I do not think as I really think. After a time, it always seems as though they want to banish me from myself and rob me of my soul, and I grow angry with everybody and fear everybody. I then require the desert so as to grow good again." He also said, "I need solitude, that is to say, recovery, return to myself, the breathing of free, crisp, bracing air." And that's what solitude is all about. Sometimes we may feel lost because we've been actually lost in the voices of society. How many times you feel that? Sometimes we feel lost because we try to fulfill the expectations of others while ignoring our own, like what we expect ourselves to become and why. So I wanted to remind you this because, you see, right people will appear in your life. They will show up. When I've started this journey, a mentor showed up in my life, and she said to me, "Look, you're ready for an art exhibition. You're ready to make your work public. You're ready to shine. You're ready for public speaking." When I thought I'm not, when I actually believed that I'm not. So she kind of pushed me when I felt I'm not ready. And she appeared in my life completely out of nowhere. So that was introduction into this idea that everything happens at the right time, and we don't know when the time is right. We don't know. What we know is that we need to do the most out of where we are right now, and sometimes all we truly need is to rest, right? Rumi wrote so poetically, he said, "Patience is not sitting and waiting, it is foreseeing. It is looking at the thorn and seeing the rose, looking at the night and seeing the day." Lovers are patient and know that the moon needs time to become full. Right? He also said, "It's your road and yours alone. Others may walk it with you, but no one can walk it for you. That's why time brings everything that belongs to you when you walk this road, and sometimes you need to walk it alone. Sometimes you need to know that you got this. And sometimes I come up in your life to remind you that you got this. That everything will work out. So, the time of solitude, most probably right now for you, is a time of rediscovery, noticing your voice, and take time with that. You see, if you're constantly under a huge amount of stress because of toxic environment and maybe toxic people and whatever is happening around you, maybe some narcissistic abuses and whatever happened to you, all you need to know is that your wounds were never your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. Your healing is your responsibility. And every time when we are really, kind of left alone, we're not really left alone, we're placed to be alone. And when we are placed like that to be alone, we are in the phase of incredible healing. A time when we discover our own resilience, and many of you have discovered it. Many of you have noticed that you're way stronger than you ever thought that you are. Sometimes, in your childhood, maybe people told you that you're weak, that there will nothing come out of you. Some people even laughed at you. And you've started believing them because that was the only encouragement you've heard, even though it was negative encouragement, like, you are no one. You've started to notice right at this moment that if you can embrace the solitude, you will find out what you are made of, right? You're made out of stardust. And stars would be so proud that they've created someone like you, right? If we are becoming more poetic, we need to make beauty out of what's happening. And sometimes you just need to notice what is beautiful right now. What is beautiful right now? Maybe you feel like a complete victim. Maybe you feel like you're miserable. Maybe you feel like your life sucks completely. Maybe your financial situation sucks. Maybe your health situation is not at its peak. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, what else can you do than acknowledge what is, right? And when you acknowledge what is, you can see what may become out of it, right? Again, as Rumi said, patience is not sitting and waiting, even though you have acknowledged what's present. It's foreseeing, right? You're a visionary. I came here to remind you to be a visionary. You need to have alone time for that. A beautiful saying that inspires me many times I read it is that we can live our lives in two different modes. One is a life centered on doing, and the other is a life centered on being. In a doing-centered life, we feel our life has value only when we achieve something significant. But in a being-centered life, we feel our life is already valuable and even sacred, connected to the entire universe and the source of love. So, when I see people suffering, I always ask them, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? Because as long as you're trying to do something, most probably you're not doing it out of being. Because, I'm an artist and I completely understand what it means to be. Because you don't do creativity. you become creative, and then you do what moves through you, right? When I make these messages, I don't make them for the sake of doing, like just talking nonsense, like opening my mouth and making some noises, right? I'm not doing that. I'm being the messenger here. I am being. And therefore, when you find yourself stuck or lost or maybe alone, it's a blessing because it's an introduction for you to be more. In the past, you've been taught how to do more, do stuff, go at your work, at your job, and do something. At your family, provide and do something. And whatever is your situation. But your time has come to be more. What does it mean? To be you. Or maybe to become you. To be the voice of your authentic heart. What is right. To be what is right. When it's hard for you to do anything, like maybe feeling miserable and not so motivated, you need to recognize that you just have to be more. And when your brain is so stressed out because of the things that may be falling apart or are not how you would like it to be, it's just a sign for you that you've lost yourself in the expectations of how you think that your world should be, while not seeing why it has to be exactly as it is right now. And only in being you can understand that. So being truly means that you become more present right now. You see, your brain is aroused with negativity because that's what you're focusing on. If you slow down, slow the pace, like we've just entered into a new month of May, and I wrote something that may inspire you a little bit for this month. I wrote, May will teach you how to find happiness in moments when you've been seeking external validation. It will guide you towards being more rather than doing more, showing that true wealth is in the energy of wholeness. Embracing a slower pace allows for deeper experiences that positively influence your perception. While striving for what matters to you, cultivate loving thoughts rather than resenting your current circumstances. Stay open to the surprises May has in store for you and allow yourself to bloom. Allow yourself to bloom, my friend. And it's just allowing. It's just allowing, my friend. You see, as I mentioned before, your brain is aroused by negativity. Stop inputting so much of it into your mind. Make a detox from social media and focus on your craft. There's always something you wanted to do. And most people are so disappointed because they all know that there is something they want to do, but they never take time for it. This is discipline, right? Discipline is not just being hard on yourself and pushing yourself. Discipline is actually noticing what you always wanted to do, but never took time for it. So discipline is managing time so you can do more things you always wanted to do until what you want to do is or becomes your priority. When it becomes your priority, then eventually you will become very, very good at it. And to me, the most incredible feeling is when you become good at something you really love doing. Why? Because then you can easily enter the flow state. The flow state is when you lose the sense of space, time, and even your own identity, and you completely become what you're doing. This is the art of effortless action, because suddenly a creative force starts moving through you and you just become it. So we need solitude for that. As for my creative works, I I spend so much time alone, and I love that. Sure, I love people, but I always prioritize my creative work because that's what gives me the most satisfaction. So then I can also offer this satisfaction to others, to my friends, to my partner, to my family. And most people are really hurting in this society because they only have people or family or, always need to be feel like they need to be always of service to others. Well, actually, you need to be of service to your own creative endeavors, and that will fill you up with life that you can then offer and give and serve to other people as well, even in your family circles. But also you need to understand that sometimes your biological family is not your soul family. Sometimes you need to know that not being supported by anyone around you is the greatest possible blessing, because that's when you will turn inwardly and find support inside of you. When you will really embrace your inner inspiration and you will ask yourself why I want to do this, instead of why no one supports me. Why I want to do this at the first place instead of why no one supports me. You always need to know your why, but the answer should come from within you, not like why no one is here for me, why I have no friends. Look, when you will start giving more of what comes through you, you will become very, very authentic, and authenticity is a magnetic force that attracts towards you people that belong into your life. So just understand, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, as you're constructing a new life, it's a great time to reevaluate what kind of people you want to be surrounded by and write it down. Take a piece of paper and write down what kind of people you want to be surrounded by. Like, I want to be surrounded with people who inspire me, with people who have a positive outlook on life, with people who are not so complaining, but they rather see opportunities. People who know what I don't know so I can learn from them. And when you're clear about that, then just let it go. Because events in your life will turn in your favor when you know exactly what you want. It's not so complicated, like you should visualize it every single day and do whatever. Just have clarity. And then allow things to unfold. Time brings everything that belongs to you. So trust you. Believe in you, so you can become you, so you can become who you came here to be, right? My friend, you got this. I'm sending you lots of support, lots of love and power, and till next time, one love. Hey my friend, I hope you found great value in today's message, and I want to invite you into our freshly created and opened store, AttractPassion.com, where you can find all of my art. So if you found my art inspiring, you can get a copy of it. You can also get some of my original paintings, so go and check it out. You can use the code PASSION15 and you will get 15 off on your first order. I'm also offering one-on-one coaching, so if you feel like you would like to deepen your journey a little bit and you're kinda aligned with my work, you can go and check out the link in the description of this video and book a session. So check it out, and thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community, where you have access to community chat and some exclusive content, some guided workshops, and so much more. So check it out, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you found this video very valuable, share it with a friend. Thank you so much. Let's spread some inspiration, some good energy, and see you in the next one. Much love.